Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Of course, my name is Kent. The channel is EOS Bitcoin San Diego. I'm in San Diego, California. It's August 16th. It's 9:21 p.m. in the evening. And today I want to talk a little bit about EOS, because I'm getting a lot of grief about EOS again, and a little bit about our good friend, what's his name? Richard Hart. How could I forget his name, Richard Hart? And his hex and pulse or whatever else that he does. And I called him out on one of my videos, and I'm getting a lot of his people to tell me how much I missed out on by not being involved. So I'm gonna show a little bit of his stuff tonight, and we're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on with the crypto market and why I think the crypto market right now is going in a direction that it's gonna be taking a really hard turn here real quick. I'll tell you that, and I'll show you why here in just a second. So anyway, let's bring up my screen. Let's go back to let's just look at the prices real quick. Let's see where we're gonna. Let's go back to the crypto. So of course we have Bitcoin still 46.4, Ethereum's about the same. Nothing's really changed too much. Everything's pretty stable, but prices haven't gone up, haven't really gone down too much, but things are looking pretty good. But the thing I want to talk about tonight, and this is the thing that's really wrong with cryptocurrency today, is things like Hex, where the only thing people care about is how much it's gone up in appreciation. And the reason is because it's a scheme. It's a scheme that's been manipulated by one man, Richard Hart. So he's been able to manipulate the price of Hex by making you stake it, making you hold on to it, making you give him your Ethereum or whatever other cryptocurrency you give him. He makes you hold on to it, and then he manipulates the price, drives the price up and down, and it drives the price up. But he has built nothing. He does nothing. He has nothing going. I mean, you look at something like Uber. Uber is an app that brings together a person that needs a ride with a person that has a car. Bitcoin store value. Bitcoin used around the world as a place to store value. A widely trusted third party that stores value. These all do something. Hex does nothing. It has no development. It does absolutely nothing. In fact, I think I've shown the GitHub on Hex. Literally nothing's gone on with it. Does nothing. But anyway, I'm gonna show you from other videos of the things of what's even from Richard Hart himself, what he says about Hex or about his project. So anyway, first thing I want to do is I want to talk to you about this guy right here, by the name of Gary Gensler. He's the new chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, and he was at this meeting. I think there is someplace up in where do they have this? I think it's they have a meeting up there. Anyway, he was asked about cryptocurrencies and about ICOs, and I'm gonna play a little bit of what he has to say here about ICOs. And this is where I say cryptocurrencies are gonna have a hard. There's gonna be some big changes coming up here in the very near future. Let me make sure my preferences are correct, so I get it. The internal speakers. Yep, looks good. Let's go back. I'll have to go back to my screen, my camera, so we could get a chance to see him. Oh gosh, let me see. I gotta get everything figured out here. Let me tell you, this was a hard video to make. I had to watch a lot of Richard Hart, and that was not an easy thing to do. A very difficult thing to do. To sit there and listen to that guy's ramblings for, a few hours to try to figure out this video. So yeah, it was a very difficult video to make. So here we go. Let's listen to Gensler. Let me make sure I got the speakers on. Why isn't he playing? Maybe I got to pull this out. Hold on. There we go. Maybe you'll play now. Here we go. No. Why isn't Gensler playing? Oh, speakers up. Okay. Got to figure out what's going on here. Preferences. Gotta hang with me for a second here. Sound. Built in. Why does it do that every single time? There we go. Now we should be back there. Bringing back up. Here we go. Now we'll go. Sorry about that. Here we go.
And I think said it well in 2018 in congressional testimony. He said, to the extent that digital assets like, and I think he named Bitcoin, but he said, to the extent that digital assets like initial coin offerings or ICOs or securities, and then he goes, and I believe every ICO I have seen is a security. We have.
Okay, so there he goes. That's straight from the guy's mouth, the regulator from the Security and Exchange Commission, the guy that's going to be going after these companies or these businesses or these ICOs, just like XRP, says every ICO is a security. So, and I'll go play a little bit longer because what that means is they're going to take jurisdiction over that space.
They have jurisdiction.
There you go.
Federal securities laws apply.
Okay, they have jurisdiction. Federal securities laws apply. So if you're a guy like the guy that did Charles Hawkinson, who did Cardano, he's got this 68 now. Gosh, it's up to $68 billion market cap. He got $62 million or $60 million in ICO money, of which he says now he needs to have more to maintain the chain or keep it going or keep the project going. And he doesn't even give any indication what he has done with the $60 million. The only reason he's been able to do this kind of stuff is because he's in a crypto exchange market and not in the public stock market. If he was in, like back in the day when I was a stockbroker, these guys that are doing like Charles or Cardano or Hawkinson, Vitalik, Richard Hart, those guys would be sued by the Security Exchange Commission, and they'd probably have criminal charges or possibly have criminal charges against them for doing the things that they're doing, which means taking people's money and doing nothing. So where did we get off on this idea that the ICO money was just, we'll take it, we'll promise to do something, but we never do anything, and all we need to do is worry about our coin pumping? And that's why a guy like Richard Hart's been able to operate, is because the idea that there's a fundamental value here, like Uber or, Uber has a way you can exchange value back and forth. Somebody that has a car, somebody that needs a ride. We can exchange value back and forth. That works. Airbnb, I have a place to live. Someone needs a place to stay. We can exchange value back and forth. Amazon, we can go online. We can buy something. We can sell something. Buyer meets seller. There's something going on in the background that makes, when you raise money, there's an ongoing concern that takes place there with these guys like Charles Hawkinson and Vitalik and Vitalik to a lesser extent, because they did have the ERC20 token run on Ethereum, but they've never built out their projects. They've just said that they were going to build them out, so nothing ever got built. Nothing ever happened. So I guess they're off the hook, but now Gensler says they're going after him, just like they went after XRP. And it's looking more and more like XRP is going to go to trial. So if XRP goes to trial, that's a really bad thing for XRP, because I know everybody thinks, oh, well, the federal government, and I listen to this guy. I'll see if I can find him real quick. He's an attorney, and he talks about this as if it's some sort of actual contest, a legal contest that's going to take place between XRP and the Security and Exchange Commission. There's no contest here. It's a rigged game. The Security and Exchange Commission has the courts on their side, and XRP is going to get hammered in this thing. But I love the way he kind of spins the tale, like there's actually going to be a trial here, and it's actually going to be this guy right here, Jeremy Hogan. Probably a nice guy, but just every time I listen to this guy talk, I just think money. Every time he says something, like he pontificates and talks about it and says some ideas, well, it could go this way. That no, the Security and Exchange Commission is going to win the case. That's all there is to it. There's either that or they're going to settle. But they're not. This is not going to be some, or it's going to be some long drawn out case. So a guy like this can make $1,000 an hour to sit there and just think about legal issues and, like he says, geek out on the legal issues, the legal matters. But no.
Chancellor, a very simple question.
Okay, so he just sits there and he just.
We know you understand Ethereum very well.
He just talks and talks and talks. but none of it means anything because the Security and Exchange Commission drain anybody by the time they get done with you. So yeah, it'll be a long road for these guys to go down. And every single one of them that did ICOs is going to be exposed. Ethereum, Cardano, all of them. I don't think Deutsche did an ICO. And of course, people like, we didn't do an ICO. We've operated on our own money. So we're not in subject to these just jurisdiction of which Gary Gensler says that they have now because they are securities. So anyway, that's what opens the space for a guy like Richard Hart to come in, and all he talks about is his coin, and it's designed for it to pump to go up in price, go up in value. And I'll show you some of the comments I get. Let me see if I can bring up some of my go to my last video. I get stuff like this, and this is why I'm making this video tonight. As painful as it is to make this video, I'm making these videos for people like this. Let me bring up some of my last comments. There's my live stream. Where's this one right here? Okay, let's look at this guy. I mean, he's got more cult people following him than, let's go sort by, see if I can find this guy. I'll read it. His name's Justin Davis. Wow, you just look at Colin's hard work and played it out on your channel. I can't believe you have 5,000 subs with tactics like that. Richard Hart will make us rich, and I'll remember you, the bearded guy with John Lennon glasses, as I count my tens of thousands of dollars when you're still cheerleading for EOS. Rug pull broke his joke. EOS sucks. It's the longest rug pull. Everyone that listens to you missed out on a 380,000% gains. Great, not advice. Well, let me tell you what, my friend. EOS has a security and exchange waiver, SEC waiver, okay? So when you sit there and you tell me that EOS is you know, the loser of this group, we'll see what happens when Gary Gensler gets through tearing them all apart. And they have unlimited power. Mr. Davis, is that his name? Davis? Was that what it's Justin Davis or something like that? They can go into your bank account. They can seize your money. They can do anything they want to do. They have unlimited power. They have federal powers. So when they just decide to start going after somebody, it's not going to be pretty. So like I say, EOS got the waiver already. They were smart enough to get the waiver. The only one to get the waiver. So there's only two safe cryptocurrencies if you haven't done an ICO. If you haven't done an ICO, you're safe. But if you did an ICO, the only safe ones are, of course, Bitcoin's safe. He loves Bitcoin. Gensler loves Bitcoin. He talks about it in his class. He loves Bitcoin. And of course, EOS, because they got the waiver. So those are the two safe ones. We'll see how well that plays out for you, and see what happens when this guy gets through tearing into your hex buddy there, Mr. Richard Hart. So let's first of all, I want to start off with this guy, Young and Investing. He's got 143,000 subs. He's pretty good. He looks at Hex. Let's see what he's got to say about Hex. And I'll start here at 220.
So let's check out the Twitter page first of hex.win. And it says hex.win price did 116x in
Okay, so Hex is designed to go up.
just 129 days, moon. And actually, if you check out their tweets, it's all about pumping the price. And
yeah, that's all it's about. It's not about building a real application where you have, like I said, Uber, where your drivers meet riders, or like with like with our where we actually put people together that have tasks. We have a task challenge. If you need the task challenge done, we have it done on the blockchain, so you can do it in cryptocurrency. We actually perform a service for somebody. Somebody needs something done, you can go on to our challenge and you can have it done. You need a ride, you can go to Uber. You need a place to stay, you can go to Airbnb. What do you get with Hex? You get a pumping scam, a pumping scheme. That's what it is.
It is designed to do a 10,000x in only 2.5 years. And you see a chart of how the price should go up and many more things all talking about the price.
Yeah, that's all he talks about is the price. Nothing about the underlying application or the underlying idea or the underlying development that's taking place that should be where the money's going to, not to Rolexes, Lamborghinis, and Ferraris and everything else that Richard Hart brags about.
And how it should pump in the next few years as well. So that is very weird if you already want to consider that it is a legit project. No.
But see, it's not a legit project because that's all he does talk about. And like I said, if he were in any other space, he'd be in big trouble by now by the things he said and done. But since he's in crypto and it's unregulated, and he can say and do whatever he wants to do, he goes unchallenged, and he just develops this harebrained crazy idea, gets people to give him Ethereum, and then gets them to stake it for 5 to 7 years, so they never get the advantage of it, and all they get to see is their wallets increase in value. But he's the only one that gets to sell because everybody else is locked up. He's the origin account where all the crypto's at. So he gets you to stake, he gets you to hold, he gets you to buy into the idea that you're going to have all these multiple returns, these 10,000, 20,000 X's. So you just stake and hold and watch it. It's like buying a car without a motor. It's not going to go anywhere. And not only that, you don't even get the car for 5 to 7 years. So that's what you got with Hex. You just got a scheme to pump the price, and that's where everybody's lost. They forget the idea that, hey, EOS does have a working blockchain. EOS does run applications. We run on the EOS blockchain. EOS did get a waiver from the Security Exchange Commission. EOS did develop and finish the project, something nobody else has done, including Ethereum and Cardano. Ethereum's never launched 2.0. Cardano's never launched, period. Hex is just, like he said, it was just meant to be something to pump. That's it.
No legit project is doing something like this, so the only thing they focus on is just the price. Then the page follows one person, which is Richard Hart, like I said, the founder of...
Yeah, so that's all it does. It just follows him. It's just about him. That's all it is. So that's all this guy is. It's just about himself. And about so I'm going to go up to the next clip I have of this guy. This is a Medium article that he reads about the Hex project.
A deeper analysis shows Hex was designed for only one thing: to enrich Richard Hart himself. Not only will Richard control close to half of all the Hex after the first year, but it is the first token I have seen to have its founder's perpetual self-enrichment baked into the protocol.
Okay, so the founder's so he's got some sort of amplifier thing. It's hard for me to even read it and look at it because I don't want to spend my time reading a scheme of how somebody's getting other people to give him money and then making them think that they're part of this exponential returns. It's hard for me so I don't sit down and get into the details. This is why I'm playing other people's stuff, because I don't want to waste my time learning about how he's gaining people. But basically, it's built into the protocol that it's to enrich him, the origin account. So, and you'll see in this next video, which was really hard for me to watch, how he treats the people that are actually on his side. He treats them like inferior people to him. The guy's got some. Not only is he a schemer, but he's got some sort of he's got like a godlike complex, where he thinks that everything he says is so smart and so intelligent, everybody around him is inferior to him. The guy is he basically is probably, in my opinion, one of the stupider people I've heard on the internet as far as cryptocurrencies is concerned. Probably right at the top.
With the first 24 hours of launch, over $3 million in Ethereum has already been sent to the adoption amplifier. So
okay, so yeah, it's just an enrichment program for Richard Hart. So if you want to be part of that, then be my guest, my friend. If you just want to help make this guy rich, then just keep her going. And then this is what happens if you decide to get out of your staking early. So if you decide you've staked your Ethereum or whatever you're buying, and this is before Pulse. This is Hex program. This is what happens if you get out early.
This example right here. So say someone ends their stake early, so emergency ending of the staking, and is penalized 1 million Hex tokens. Richard, or the origin address, received 775,000 hex tokens himself, leaving only 225 coins to be divided amongst the thousands of others.
So basically, you get heavily penalized if you get out of your stake of hex.
Other stakers. Very weird stuff. So if Richard stakes all of his coins, there is seemingly no upper limit to how much hex he could control within the first few years of the project. Richard could also emergency unstake his coins at any time.
Yeah, because he controls a smart contract. He can do whatever he wants to do, just like what Colin said the other night about him with Pulse. If he has 95% of the Pulse chain, he can write whatever he wants. He could basically rewrite all the contracts. He could take the coins. He could take whatever he wants to do. He has unlimited power, unlimited authority.
Since he gets paid half of all penalties, he can break his own rules, and he can break his stake to sell and only pay half the penalty of every.
Yeah, so basically he has unlimited power to do whatever he wants to do. So that's what you're giving him when you give your money to Richard Hart. So this is another video I wanted to play a little bit of. This was incredibly difficult to watch. This guy's incredibly arrogant and incredibly ignorant. So it's very difficult to listen to him for this entire portion. And like I say, there's a lot of disciplines going on here in cryptocurrency. You have finance going on. You have technology, people that build the blockchain going on. You have government. You have people that have to understand government, the way things work, the governance of a blockchain or governance of a cryptocurrency, the financial part of it. There's so many moving parts here, the legal part of it, that it's very difficult for one person to have all those different disciplines down. I mean, it's very difficult to have all the disciplines that's required. And when you take a guy like Richard Hart, he probably has none of those disciplines. The only discipline he has is he knows how to get people excited and how to show fancy things to people and make them think that they're going to get them by just hanging around with him, by doing what he says. That's all. That's only. He doesn't understand banking. He doesn't understand finance. He doesn't understand law. He doesn't understand Security and Exchange Commission rules and regulations. He doesn't understand anything. All he understands is how to get people excited, how to have them give him money, and how to get something to go up and get people all just to hang on while he sells, backdoors you while you're holding on, while you're staking. He's using the money to buy Rolexes and cars and all this other stuff, as I'm going to let you listen to here in a second. So here we go. I'll start off here. So the guy that wrote me and said, hey, I've missed out on 38,000% appreciation on Hex. Richard's going to tell you himself about the appreciations in Hex. Here we go. I'll let him see about those appreciations. Actually, let me go back to. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I'm on the right one. Here, let's just play it and see what happens.
So listen, the government prints money out of thin air. It's fake bullshit. The only thing that really matters is goods and services. Everything else is accounting. So we live in a world where everything is fake and everything is a bubble. Rolexes, of which I have $1 million of them here.
Okay, so he said just beta. He just got $1 million of the Rolexes, and then he said he's had money for the last 20 years. So he can't say he bought them recently from his Hex money, because if he says that, then he's got he's got money problems with the Internal Revenue Service. Actually, I want to go back to something a little bit earlier. Let's go back to 42. 42 even. Because I want you to hear him say that the gains in Hex aren't real gains. And the reason they're not real gains is because there's no liquidity in Hex. Here, let's do that right. Got to get right there. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Listen to this.
These are similar people. There's Richard.
Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome. I heard a very angry hedge fund.
So this is a very hard video to watch, because the people around him here are all supporters of Hex. The guy, this Cody Willard, is a hedge fund manager, and they brought him on because he's telling everyone that Hex is a scam. and illegitimate, and they're bringing him on, and this is the way they're going to start the conversation. He's going to go on about how much it's appreciated, and Richard's going to say, hey, look, bud, it really hasn't, because I can't sell it because I don't have any liquidity, because I can't. And that's exactly the case. So when somebody says, I've missed out on $380,000 or 380,000% return, no, I didn't, because you can't sell the stuff. There's no market for it.
Manager in his car. He's yelling. He's mad. Man, I hope you're not driving, bro. You're gonna road rage some.
Here we go. He's got to do his little funny humor stuff. Your road raging and stuff like that. Here we go.
Buddy, man.
No, I'm
here to answer all of these hard questions.
Doctor, I had
Okay, and it goes on. So it's about some. Let's
my
keep going.
cataracts removed. I got to go in there in 15 minutes.
Well, we got 15 minutes to talk good stuff, man. Hit me up. I founded a $100 billion crypto.
Okay, so I founded a $100 billion crypto company. So here we go. Let's see what he's got to say.
Now's your chance.
For now, good luck with that. And actually, I will give you a serious props. I mean, that's legit. At this moment, this crypto is $100 billion, and you have tens of billions of dollars of net worth. And I assume you are
Nah, it's
selling
fake.
as much
You
of
can't.
it.
And I hear him say, no, it's fake. It's fake. So when he's telling you he's got 10,000x, something like that, he just told you he's fake because he's got no liquidity. It's like the richest guy in the world. Let's say it's Jeff Bezos. How much, where do you think Jeff Bezos owns how much? 10%, 20%, 30%, I don't know how much of Amazon stock he owns. But if he started selling his Amazon stock, his net worth would go down fast because he owns so much of it that as he sold it, the market couldn't absorb how much he had to sell. So the price would go down drastic. That's the way Richard is here. He can't sell his HEX. He's got so much of it. And there's no liquidity because there's no buyers because everybody that's put money in has staked it. So nobody's buying it at these prices. It's just him saying that he can run it up. He's running it up this high and making everybody think that they got value, but they really don't have value. But it's fake. See, and he just told you that.
As you
No,
can while
you
you
can't.
can.
It's a fake number. You can't sell that much.
Yeah, see, there you go. It's a fake number. You can't sell that much. So all you people holding on to HEX, telling me how wonderful it is and how much money you made, you just heard it from the man himself. It's fake number. You can't sell that much. So there you go.
I
You can
know.
sell.
I'm assuming you can sell at
So yeah, he just told you it's a fake number. You can't sell that much. So stop it with telling me how much money that you're making off of HEX. It's not real. Okay, now what are we at? We're at 46. Okay, let's just play it and see what he's got to say here.
Ethereum for years, if
Right.
not
So
decades.
let's talk about the S&P 500. When it all goes wrong and it all goes terrible, and you have the global financial crisis, the GFC, the S&P 500 only dropped 50%. So the statistical probability of you enduring the worst possible thing of a 50% drawdown more than gets canceled out by the most bullish up and to the right chart imaginable.
Okay, I think he's talking about the macro, but basically what he says is that everything is fake because everything is going up right now. So because of inflation, everything goes up regardless. So it doesn't matter if it's real or not. It's fake. It has the same value as if it's real. I guess he's trying to make the case that since he doesn't have anything, he didn't develop anything, didn't build anything. It's the same as the EOS currency that is printed out of thin air. But anyway, let me see where I'm at. 46, 43. Like I say, this was a very hard one to make because I had to listen to this guy for so long. I think this is where he talks about his Lamborghinis and stuff.
Sure, yeah. And then I've seen a lot of McLarens, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Maybachs,
Richard,
houses, trailers, Rolexes.
Until you
Okay, so he's telling you about all the money he's made. He's bought houses. But then he says he's been rich forever. So rich for over 20 years. He can't really say he made it from HEX. Because if he says he made it from HEX, then he's letting you know that he's selling behind your back. So all the stuff that he's accumulated here, all the McLarens, the houses, the trailers, everything he just talked about, he's been selling while you people have been staking and holding for 5 to 7 years. I think you'll find that out a little bit later in the video, but from 4.8 to 5.7 years.
disclose the amount of
Okay, but then enough of that. Basically, he's just telling you that, let's see what we got on this clip.
Have a Bitcoin. Like could never have
Bitcoin's a piece of
Bitcoin.
shit.
Yeah,
Okay, he says Bitcoin's a piece of shit. Like HEX is not a piece of shit.
Bitcoin
we
is
know that.
trash.
Yeah.
Everything has outperformed Bitcoin.
Everything has outperformed Bitcoin. Everything has outperformed Bitcoin.
Every
Yeah.
piece of garbage scam has outperformed Bitcoin.
Every piece of garbage scam has outperformed Bitcoin. The only cryptocurrency that Gary Gensler, the head of the Securities and Exchange Commission, says that you don't have a problem with, the one that he says is going to be the future, Richard Hart is calling a scam. So actually, Richard Hart's calling Bitcoin a scam. That's a good one. Not like Hex is not a scam, but Bitcoin's the real scam.
The only top like market cap currency that hasn't outperformed Bitcoin was EOS. Everything else.
Oh, he's got to get in on EOS too. He doesn't like EOS. So EOS is done even worse than Bitcoin. So EOS, the two that I support, EOS and Bitcoin have done worse. Maybe because they're within the regulations and they're going to survive and they're going to live on and they're going to be built on and they're going to be the future and you're going to go away, Richard. Maybe that's why, you don't like him, because you're nothing but a zero. They actually have a working blockchain and they actually own, the parent company, EOS, Block One, has a lot of Bitcoin. Of course, you don't like Bitcoin, so I guess that doesn't matter anyway.
Else murdered it. It's obvious in the chart.
Okay, your chart is you scheming people into holding on to Hex, thinking they've got profits when they have no liquidity and no profits because everybody's staked. So anyway, we'll keep going here. Let's see what he's got to say here. Oh, Hex is better than Bitcoin here. Here we go.
Excuse thing? Nope.
Nope.
It doesn't. The contract inflates like Bitcoin inflates and like Ethereum inflates, except instead of paying people to hurt the environment, it pays people to hold the price up.
Okay, so there goes. So he's paying people to stake to hold the price up. So he's paying people to hold the price up. What he's saying with Bitcoin and Ethereum is they're ruining the environment when they go up. But when Hex goes up, it's not ruining the environment, but he's paying people to keep the price up. That's a scheme.
If you're an average length, average size staker, there's no inflation. You get the same amount of coins that are inflated. You're not being diluted. Those other systems dilute everybody for the.
Okay, so there we go. He's diluting people. He claims he's not diluting people, but he's the only one that he has all the tokens. Here we go. Get another clip.
X have any fake excuse thing? Nope.
Nope.
It doesn't. The contract inflates like Bitcoin inflates and like Ethereum inflates, except instead of paying people to hurt the environment.
Okay, that was the same one. Let's go another clip.
And the average length of stake has gone from 4.8 years to 5.7 years.
Okay, there you go. So you got to stake from 4.8 to 5.7. That's how he's getting the appreciations, to get everybody to stake for long periods of time. So if you give him the coins, you let him control them in a smart contract, and then you stake them forever, then they're going to go up in value, and that's what's happened. So all these appreciations are because of staking. They're because he's the origin account, and why he's selling tokens behind your back to buy the Rolexes. He claims he hasn't sold any tokens, but he's buying McLarens, houses, $1 million worth of Rolexes, but that's all from previous money that he made. None of the money recently. I've been watching his videos for a while. This Rolex thing in the background, that's all new. He didn't have that a year or two ago. This is all new stuff for him. So, but he didn't make any money in the last year because he already had all the money. All he's been doing is holding and buying Hex. So he's a holder and a buyer, and not someone that's a seller. So anyway, just to address a few of the things, like I say, hard video for me to make because I can't tolerate a guy like this. He ruins it for the rest of us. Honest people that are trying to build an application that works in the real world, that has a use case where we actually get people to use crypto and give crypto away, and didn't have to raise $100 million in an ICO to do it. And actually in our 8th or 9th version of our cryptocurrency, and have done it legitimately in the right way with their own money and not somebody else's money. We don't get any love in the market. But a guy like this that does nothing but take advantage of people in schemes and calls Bitcoin a piece of trash, he's the one that gets people to follow him. So if you're following this guy, you need to take a hard look at this and really think about it, because, listen to him talk. The guy hasn't built anything. He hasn't done anything. He actually thinks what he's doing is legitimate because in only thing he's ever seen, because of the ICO world, is people say that they're going to build something and never build anything, not realizing that's not the way traditional investments work. That's why Warren Buffett calls it rat poison. Because in Warren Buffett's world, there's got to be a legitimate product behind an investment or behind a company. In the ICO world, there was nothing. And people would just say, oh yeah, we're going to build this, we're going to build that, and then never build it. The Waves platform, Ethereum 2.0, Cardano, the endless amounts of things that were supposed to be built. All the DeFi stuff is supposed to be built, but it's never been built. So in his mind, yeah, all we do is we just say we're going to do it. We never do it. We raise a bunch of money, then we just keep it for ourselves, and then we just tell people to hang on. And with him, he just says stake it, hang on with me, and we'll drive the price up. Where I sell coins and you're hanging on to yours for 5 to 7 years, and then I'm selling mine and doing very, very well, and you're making nothing. So if you hit me up with any of that hex garbage, just open your eyes and see what's really going on here. You got a guy that's legitimately taking advantage of you, and you unfortunately aren't able to see it, and it's really too bad because this guy's taking advantage of a lot of people. So if you want to look at a real project, if you want to look at somebody that's done some real development, if you want to look at a real deal, take a look at our challenge token. And like I say, every time I do one of these, I issue a challenge where you can earn crypto for just commenting on this video. So and we're in the App Store. We're in the Google Play Store. We actually have a finished product in the version 8 or 9 or wherever I can't even remember how many versions we got to. We've legitimately done real work and produced something of real value, like Uber or like Airbnb or like Amazon. And it takes development, it takes time, and it takes energy. You can't just go out there and say, stake your coins. We'll hold the coins. I'll sell behind your back, and while you're sitting here holding on to coins, I'll be selling behind. Selling coins. For the little bit of liquidity we have, I'll sell as many as I can, and I'll have a nice life while you sit there and hold on to your fake stuff. Like he just said, it's all fake. It's fake. Everything's fake. So, anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thanks.